Money FM 89.3, the best of the afternoon update.
Money FM 89.3. The global shift towards precision medicine has brought opportunities for innovation, manufacturing, and commercialization. Precision medicine promises tailored treatments based on individual genetic profiles, shaping a healthier future. This approach not only improves patient outcomes, but also reduces healthcare costs. On Industry Insight, we find out about the latest trends in this fast-emerging field that leverages technology, such as artificial intelligence and big data analysis, to deliver personalised healthcare, accurate treatment prediction, and tailored healthcare strategies. Gena Nikitin, CEO of Norway-based Miphic, a mitochondrial screening platform provider, joins me now. Welcome, Gena.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great to have you here with us. Now, first off, Gena, share with me the key developments in this precision medicine space in recent years.
So the key development came in treating cancers, especially where more than 50% of the drugs are already precision medicine drugs. Mm-hmm. And this is precisely for that reason that non-precision medicine proved to be non-effective, and often it actually makes patients worse than they are. At the same time, there is, of course, much room for improvement, and many more precise and more effective approaches are needed, one of which targets mitochondria precisely, and this is what we deliver at Miphic as a unique value.
Okay, before we get into your screening platform, comparing the advancements in the field of biosciences between Singapore and European countries, while this region lacks Europe's deep pharma roots, Singapore has rapidly been emerging as a global hub for the biotech industry, providing extensive opportunities and those players seeking market entry into Asia. Is that how you see it from Norway?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, one of our key future markets would be Asian market, mm-hmm. because there are so many people and, of course, so many patients who need new therapies. And, yeah, we absolutely see this as an extremely important market in the future, especially because Asian economy will continue to grow and become bigger. And definitely there's no reason, and in fact, it would be completely unwise not to expand to Asian market in the future. Of course, we're interested in Singaporean market in particular as well.
Okay, I understand you're a pioneer in mitochondrial health, and you founded a company that claims to provide the world's first mitochondrial precision medicine platform. You know, mitochondria, they're the powerhouses of our cells, generating the energy needed for every function in our body. They're present in nearly all types of human cell and, quite vital for our survival. So what can you tell us that most people don't already know?
Well, I think many people don't know that mitochondria in cancer are extremely different in comparison to healthy cells. And that, in fact, allows cancer cells to proliferate very quickly and outcompete healthy cells for the resources, for the nutrients. You can say that cancer cell mitochondria give tumors superpowers. Mm. But at the same time, this makes mitochondria in cancer cells a unique target for new anti-cancer therapies. And the recent advance was specifically demonstrated in blood cancers, where targeting of mitochondria and metabolism came as a breakthrough in survival for patients in the recent few years, and with the drugs such as venetoclax, enasidenib, and others, for example.
Okay, so do we all need to know or keep track of our mitochondrial function?
Yes, absolutely. Mitochondrial function is the reason why you feel energetic. That's, in fact, how you get energy to live every millisecond. If mitochondria would stop working, you would not be able to live. And mitochondrial dysfunction is involved in many, many diseases, not only in cancer. Of course, we are focusing on cancer, but yes, mitochondria are important for such diseases, for example, as aging. And one of the biggest trends right now in anti-aging is delivering new therapies which target mitochondria and rejuvenate them.
Interesting. And what technology is currently available to use mitochondrial profiling to predict whether treatment will work for a patient or not?
Well, this is in fact what is missing on the market right now. We completely ignore mitochondrial function in the real world, in clinics. We know that they're super important, but when we target mitochondria or metabolism with drugs, we do it in a completely blind way. Mm-hmm. And this is, for example, why in cancers, the non-response rate could be more than 50%. So in more than half of the cases, patients do not get any benefit from such treatment. And this is our approach. We want to make this response rate close to 100% with our unique ability to reliably identify how mitochondria work in each exact patient to choose the best suited drug for that exact same patient.
Okay. Tell me more about your platform. How does it work?
So in simple words, it's a blood test where we analyze cancer cells mitochondria in a patient, and we use this information to predict which drug would be best suited for each particular mitochondrial profile in this patient.
In terms of the financial impact, how does your platform create value in this space?
Yes, this is a very important, of course, question. And the answer is that many therapies are extremely expensive. They can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars per patient. And when they only make patients worse, it's a huge waste of money for insurance companies as well. And if we are talking about new drugs that are being developed by pharma companies, for example, in that case, if not enough patients get a benefit from a new drug during clinical trials for that drug, the trial would fail and the drug would not get approved. And these clinical trial failures cost $50 to $60 billion every year to pharma companies in oncology space. So that's why pharma companies are extremely interested in precisely targeting patients who would be responders to their new drugs so that their drug programs do not fail.
I want to backtrack a little bit to the days when you first started. What was the genesis of this platform? Why did you decide to do it? Was it from a personal story that you'd like to share with us?
Yes, absolutely. Since my childhood, I wanted to make a big impact, positive impact with my life. And during the beginning of my PhD studies in Switzerland, almost 13 years ago by now, I identified a problem that was big enough and not yet solved, so that in case we would be able to contribute to this being solved and help many, many people in the real world, that would satisfy my dream of really making a big impact with my life. And this problem was the unmet clinical need that we ignore mitochondrial function in the real-world clinics.
Okay, very interesting. And from the time you started until now, how have things evolved?
So I would say the first milestone was first reliable demonstration that we can distinguish mitochondrial profiles in real-life blood cancer patient samples. And recently, the next milestone in terms of technology development came when we were able to bring the technology to the single-cell level. So we basically can now distinguish every single cell in a cancer patient in terms of how the mitochondria in each cell are different. And this is very important to identify subpopulations of cancer cells in the patients. For example, in the future, to identify the rare stem cell cancer populations that are resistant to usual therapy and develop therapies against them as well.
Okay. You're in an industry where regulatory approvals are very important. So is that one of the main challenges that you're facing and industry players like yourself are facing in terms of adoption and breaking into the new market? And how are you navigating these challenges?
Well, yes, of course. Our next key milestone is to get FDA approval and enter the U.S. market. This will be our first market, and we plan to enter this market in 2027 as precision medicine diagnostics for blood cancer drugs. So to achieve that right now, we plan to scale our technology to hundreds of blood cancer patient samples to get enough data to convince FDA to approve our technology as a precision medicine diagnostics.
Okay, before we let you go, just to get your thoughts on this, as precision medicine evolves, what do you think could be the biggest breakthrough happening in the next 5 to 10 years?
So the biggest breakthrough, in my opinion, will be inevitable, and that is shift from the business models of reimbursement for the treatments in cancer from the reimbursement per treatment per se, so meaning that you get paid just for giving a patient a drug, regardless whether it worked or not, to the value-based reimbursement, when you actually would be reimbursed fully as the insurance or medical care provider when your treatment truly helped the patient.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for your insights, Gena. Here is Gena Nikitin, CEO of Miphic, which is a Norway-based mitochondrial screening platform provider. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here. And I wish all our listeners healthy and energetic mitochondrial function.
Thank you.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.